Ivy C. Cabilin, and today I am going to discuss what is National Integrated Protected Area System, documentation in disaster management, disaster and risk management plan, specifically Incident Response Team or IRT.
So what is National Integrated Protected Area System? National Integrated Protected Area System or NEPA's law is also known as Republic Act 7586, which was enacted in June 1992. A law that establishes and manages the National Integrated Protected Areas System specifies its boundaries and uses, among other things. The NEPA's law serves to protect outstandingly remarkable areas and biologically important public lands that are habitats of rare and endangered species of plants and animals, representative of biogeographic zones and related ecosystem. NEPA's law also refers to the classification and management of all such protected areas in order to maintain biodiversity, ensure sustainable use of their resources, and other objectives. The NEPA's law was passed with the purpose of establishing integrated protected areas that would fall under the umbrella of national parks. These protected zones are intended to safeguard biological diversity from damaging and human exploitation while also managing and enhancing it. Next is documentation in disaster management. Documentation for disaster or emergency management may take many different forms. While some businesses rely on a central emergency operations center, others uses handheld devices to capture emergency observation from on-site field sites. So regardless of the communication channel or whether the information is centralized or decentralized, it is imperative to record critical details that trigger emergency procedures as soon as is practicable during or right after an emergency situation. Ideally, documentation should begin immediately upon notification of an emergency and continue until post-incident reviews have been completed. This includes compiling notes and applicable documentation from all employees and members of the resource team. So the following are recommended documentation guidelines. First is record only facts, not speculation. If participant does not know a particular fact, do not allow speculation or elaboration. Pasabot ani is kanang dapat ang ato rang i-record is kanang fact. Di nato impilon ang speculation. Like kanang ginatagna-tagna lang good. Example na earthquake. Ang atong i-record lang is ang earthquake lang. Di na nato i-appeal og record ang aftershock kay wala man nahitabo. Second is do not criticize other people's effort and or methods. If ang tao is naa siya'y sariling strategy kung unsaon pag-survive sa disaster, di nato siya i-criticize. Pasagdan lang nato siya kay malay mo effective jud ay iya strategy. But it doesn't mean di nato siya tabangan. Syempre mo tabang ta like i-support nato siya sa iya strategy. If it's good and if bad siya, dili nato siya kanang badlungon nato siya. Third is do not speculate on the cause of the emergency. So, di ta maghatag-hatag og false information about sa cause sa emergency. Like I said a while ago, record only facts. Fourth and the last is do not relate unqualified opinions. Same ra na siya sa do not speculate on the cause of the emergency. The disaster documentation must be specific to the incident. However, the follow topics can provide guidance as to necessary documented information. Here are some possible documented information. First is when or where did incident take place. Second is was was an evacuation called for? And if so, how much time was required to evacuate all personnel? Third is, did the designated alarms function properly? Fourth is, were assembly areas acceptable? Fifth is, were communication methods effective? Sixth is, were all employees accounted for? Next is, did on-site equipment satisfy equipment needs? If not, what additional equipment was brought to the site? Next is, were procedures implemented as described in the emergency plan? Next is, were there any areas for improvement identified during the incident? If yes, list specifics. Did local jurisdictions assist in the emergency response? If so, did they offer suggestion for improvement? Last is, though changes need to be made to the emergency plan. So that is the possible documented informations. Last slide is disaster and risk management plan, specifically incident response team or IRT. A team of people who prepare for and respond to any emergency occurrence, such as a natural disaster or a disruption of business operations, is known as an incident response team or emergency response team. Both military and non military organizations, including public service organizations, frequently use incident response teams. So that's all, guys. Thank you.